Security is not just the job of the police. It begins with you, right where you live. Whether it's day or night, always stay alert, always stay aware. Lock your doors properly before stepping out. Keep your phones and valuables closed and secure. Protect your home, protect your family, protect your zone. Get to know your neighbors. Together, we can look out for one another. If you notice anything strange, suspicious, or unusual, don't stay quiet. Speak up. Report it immediately. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't ignore the little signs. Remember, one simple call today can prevent a bigger danger tomorrow. So be smart, be safe, stay vigilant. Let's be security conscious, because together we can secure much more.
Chai, see wetin that drug dey do to our people o. See how drug take dey destroy our future. See wetin that drug dey turn our youth to. Hard drug go disgrace you. E go make your mind go crazy. Smoking and drinking go destroy your future. Your body go weak. Sickness go settle for your side. Your kidney, liver, heart, even your skin no go dey normal again. Shey na peer group dey push you inside am? Abi na because you wan belong? No follow crowd do bad thing o. No destroy your future. Stay safe, stay smart. No touch am, no buy am, no sell am. Protect your future, protect your dream, live good life. Say no to hard drug.
Thanks for joining us. Sunshine Report. My name is Adebimpe Akindele. The Ondo State Government has unveiled a comprehensive program of activities to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the creation of the state, a historic milestone that marks 5 decades of growth, resilience, cultural pride, and progressive governance. The Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Taiwo Fashoranti, who is the chairman of the 50th anniversary, made the announcement on the activities after a meeting of an anniversary committee. According to him, the Golden Jubilee celebration has been carefully structured to combine reflection, thanksgiving, intellectual engagement, cultural expression, and statewide participation. Blessing Obe has details of the program.
Activities to mark the 50th anniversary will commence on Thursday, 29th January 2026 with a World Press Conference at the Banquet Hall of the Government House. This will be followed by Jumat service on Friday, 30th January 2026 at the Central Mosque, Akure. On Sunday, 1st February 2026, a Thanksgiving service will hold at St. Thomas Anglican Church, Isiko, Akure on the anniversary day, Tuesday, 3rd February 2026, Governor Aiyedatiwa will address the people of the state through a state broadcast at 7 a.m. Later the same day, a state carnival event will take place at the Ondo State Sports Complex, Akure. The event will feature a carnival procession, the Sunshine Cultural Festival, mass choir performances, and other artistic displays. Major highlight of the anniversary is the public lecture scheduled for Monday, 2nd February at the Dome, Akure. The lecture, themed Ondo State Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, will be delivered by Taiwo Oyedele, Chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee. The Golden Jubilee activities will conclude with a gala and award night at the Dome, Akure, where heroes and heroines of the state will be honored. The chairman of the committee, Dr. Taiwo Fashoranti, said the vision of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa is to honor the state's past while firmly positioning Ondo State for a more prosperous and sustainable future.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has expressed support for the Nigerian Education Loan Fund initiative with a promise that his administration will mobilize students to take full advantage of the interest-free loan scheme. Governor Aiyedatiwa gave the assurance in Akure while receiving the management of NEL Fund as the agency commenced its first Southwest visit in the Sunshine State. Ayedatiwa, who described the visit as timely and symbolic, thanked the NAFOR team for choosing the state as its first port of call, commended President Bola Tinubu for initiating the scheme. Common House correspondent Wahab Bankole reports.
The delegation of the Nigerian Education Loan Fund Initiative was led to the governor's office in Akure by its managing director and chief executive officer, Mr. Akitunde Sawyer. The team was in the governor's office to meet minds with Governor Ayedatiwa on how to make students from the state benefit more from the loan scheme initiative. The managing director, Mr. Sawyer, said the visit was anchored on the vision of President Bola Tinubu, who signed the Nigerian Education Loan Fund into law on April 4, 2025. He explained that the scheme was designed to provide interest-free loans to young Nigerians in response to the country's large youth population and low access to tertiary education. Sawyer said applications were made online without the need for personal connections, adding that institutional fees were paid directly to schools, while beneficiaries also received stipends.
They don't need to know me, they don't know to any of the directors. They go online, they provide us with certain pieces of information. We assess that at our office. We check that they're eligible. If they're eligible, we approve the loans. They can approve for institutional charges, institutional fees. If we approve that, the fees go direct to the institutions. So we decided to pick up the baton, having appointed us to go and implement this, to begin to tell Nigerians, parents, that soccer is out there. They don't have to struggle as much to look for fees for their children.
Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, who commended President Bola Tinubu for initiating the scheme, described it a historic intervention and first of its kind in the country. Ayedatiwa said the initiative complemented existing bursaries and scholarships by providing an additional platform for students to finance their education. According to him, bursaries and scholarships are free grants that require no repayment, as the loan scheme addresses extra fees and financial gaps, ensuring that no Nigerian youth is denied access to university education due to poverty or lack of support.
The one we are giving bursary and other financial support, they are free gift. They don't need to pay back. They have that. They have a opportunity of having extra in case that is not enough. So there won't be any excuse whatsoever to anyone in Nigeria not to be able to have a university degree. You cannot say because my mother is poor, my father is poor, I have nobody to help me. The government has made that platform available for all to have opportunity of obtaining a university degree through this platform. So we must thank Mr. President for this great initiative.
The governor congratulated the managing director on his appointment and commended the management team for his commitment to driving the initiative. He expressed confidence that many youths will benefit from the scheme if awareness is adequately expanded. Ayedatiwa said the loan scheme is primarily designed for students in public institutions, adding that those in private universities are less likely to require such support.
It's for all. You don't need Godfather to access it. I believe that is the way the program is operating. If that is the way it is, then they have no excuse. We just need to educate them, to create that awareness, which I want to assure you that we will do in the state. I must say this is a very, very good initiative, and once again, thank you for coming. For us, we encourage our people, especially the indigent students, that this opportunity is available. They should access it. It's for their own good. And for the good that their parents can free other money for other things, while it also make them more responsible, knowing that as I'm schooling, I'm sponsoring myself because it's like a future, a debt that I have to pay in future. So it makes me more responsible that I have this or I have to repay.
The governor also recommended campus-based engagements to address misconceptions, repayment concerns, and limited understanding of the scheme among students at different levels of study. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Students of Ondo State College of Health Technology in Akure have staged a massive protest decrying alleged extortion and inadequate state of infrastructure within the institution. Gathering at the main entrance, the students barricaded the gate and chanted solidarity songs to halt academic activities. They vowed that no lectures or examinations would take place until the management addressed what they called years of neglect and exploitation. Carrying placards with various messages, the protesters highlighted the deteriorating conditions of the classrooms, hostels, and laboratories, as well as lack of a reliable water supply on the campus. During this dry season, preparations against possible flooding ahead of the rainy season have become a priority in Ondo State. Authorities are stepping up preventable actions, even if, as residents are urged to stop practices that worsen blockage of drains and environmental hazards. Omoriola Ngweji takes a look at some prone areas in Akure and our reports.
The dry season is traditionally the period for proactive measures to prevent flooding when the rains return. However, Ondo State remains one of the states annually listed among flood-prone areas in Nigeria. Experts attribute part of the recurring flooding to human activities, particularly the indiscriminate dumping of refuse in waterways and drainage canals. This practice obstructs free flow of water and increases the risk of flash floods during heavy rainfall.
All these dirties along the road, honestly, it's not speak well. It's not good at all, because apart from this causing the sickness to people, it's polluting the environment, smelly. To me, it's not something that's so good. So government should find solution to it.
We make all these people dropping this. Here. We don't know. We have been shouting to them that they should not drop the refuse there. They continue dropping it every time. Most especially by the time the landlord, when they are passing this bridge, they will stop their cars and continue dropping refuse there. We need government assistance here. People are dumping refuse along the road. Go to Badeshida Road, the garage. Now it's a bad habit. It's a bad, I condemn the action, it's a bad habit.
An environmental consultant, Dayo Ogedengbe, has warned that continued blockage of waterways poses serious threats to lives, property, and public health. He called on residents to adopt responsible waste disposal habits and support government's efforts towards environmental sanitation.
What causes flooding is via human activities. So flooding is not a natural disaster. It's a human-made disaster. It is only droughts, earthquakes that are natural disasters. But when we talk about flooding, something must cause flooding. We are expecting everybody at this point to ensure that we prepare ourselves against coming rainy season. There was a report last year, the United Nations report about flooding, which Ondo State was even carved out as part of those states that will be affected by flooding in this last year. And this year we are expecting a report which will also exhort us from this flooding of the claim.
Meanwhile, the Ondo State government says it has commenced preventive measures to mitigate incessant flooding across the state. Technical assistant to Governor Ayedatiwa on erosion control and related matter, Elisha Ebijimi, posited that desilting and clearing of waterways have begun in parts of the southern senatorial districts, including Ilaje and Odigbo local government areas, as well as sections of Akure South.
Our work is going to be marathon work. We don't have December, we don't have January. Our work is marathon to free our people on a flood
and we have said bye-bye to flood in Ondo State, and it's not coming back anymore. And we have started another operation early January this year. We started the work at Obanla. We are going to Enyala. So from Enyala to Obanle.
He assures that critical infrastructure, including the rebuilding of damaged culverts and drainage expansion, will receive adequate attention to ensure effective water flow during the rainy season.
We have challenges in Enyala. Enyala is a big area in Akure. The only water we have in Akure is Ala. And the Ayedu, I have make this provision for Ayedu. We need another big culvert in that area, and we are going to construct 6-meter culvert, and we have proposed concrete ties. We are going to do one or two concrete ties in Ondo State, and I believe that Enyala will be the first area to pick.
Authorities are urging residents to complement government efforts by keeping drainage channels clear, as collective responsibility remains key to prevent avoidable flood disasters in the state. Omorola Mbeji, Osrc News.
Insecurity remains one of Nigeria's most pressing crises, with millions of citizens affected by kidnapping, armed robbery, communal violence, and other crimes across the country. Experts are wary that without fundamental reforms, the safety of lives and property will continue to be at grave risk. Joy Pius reports.
Nigeria's security challenge has reached alarming levels. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, an estimated 51.9 million crime incidents were experienced by households between 2023 and 2024, with more than 2.2 million kidnapping cases reported nationwide during the same period. On average, victims paid about 2.7 million naira in ransom per incident, costing Nigerians over 2.2 trillion naira in ransom payments. Security analysts also noted a surge in violent crime. In a recent 6-month assessment, experts reported at least 6,800 Nigerians killed and more than 5,400 abducted in 2025 alone due to insurgency and criminal violence. This perhaps strengthened calls from residents, security experts and community leaders, especially in Ondo State, for an effective system of community and state policing, a framework they argued could be a game changer for security in Nigeria. Stakeholders say involving local communities in policing efforts would improve intelligence gathering and early threat detection, speed up responses to criminal activities, and build much-needed trust between citizens and security forces. They argued that state policing and its localized focus could complement federal agencies and reduce response times, especially in rural and hard-to-reach areas.
The questions about the state policing, I think, is a welcome development, because the police cannot do this issue of security alone. They need the public. Police cannot do everything. They depend on us in the community. We are the people that will give them sensitive information which they will act upon. They have been clamoring for this for a very long time because of proximity. People that are within your state understand the politics of the state, the terrain, the peculiarities, the culture, and everything, they understand it. So when you have people, police at that level, the work become more efficient.
Security experts also highlight that community-based policing initiatives could offer socioeconomic benefits by creating jobs for local youths, reducing reliance on federal security agencies, and promoting accountability at the grassroots level.
They be so wonderful, the local vigilantes. We will embark on community engagements cut across Ondo State. When we talk about inclusivity, we look at it. Fighting crime is not exclusively for police. Everybody was doing smart nicely, and that's why we enjoy that peace we are enjoying. Policing is a
reform is a responsibility of every one of us. Please, come together. Let us police this state together.
However, they cautioned that without strong safeguards against political interference and corruption, the initiative could falter, undermining public confidence in the very system meant to protect them.
Community police is very good. And then for protection, and then to know whereabouts of the criminals in our communities. The only problem that is there is that we can beg government not let politicians to use them against anybody.
They urged the active involvement of traditional rulers, civil society and local leaders in shaping and overseeing the policing structures to ensure fairness and effectiveness. With proper implementation, adequate funding and robust oversight, proponents say community and state policing can help transform Nigeria's security architecture, restoring public confidence, reducing crime rates, and making communities safer across Ondo State and the entire nation. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
That's Sunshine Report. Good afternoon.
Ọ̀rọ̀ àgbà bí ó ṣe lówùrọ̀ lọ́pẹ́ títí.